Question 1. A cylinder head is warped beyond specification. Which service is normally required to restore a flat sealing surface? Is it A. Retorquing the head while hot? B. Replacing the head bolts only? C. Resurfacing, machining, the head? D. Installing a thicker head gasket? The correct answer is C. A warped head must be resurfaced by machining to bring the deck within flatness specification. A thicker gasket will not correct an uneven surface, and simply retorquing does not remove the warp. Excessive material removal, however, can raise compression and change valve timing on some engines. Question 2. Technician A says a blown head gasket can allow coolant to enter a cylinder and cause white exhaust smoke. Technician B says it can cause bubbles in the coolant recovery tank from combustion gases. Who is correct? Is it A. Technician A only? B. Technician B only? C. Both A and B? D. Either A nor B? The correct answer is C. A failed head gasket can leak both ways. Coolant into the cylinder produces white steam-like exhaust, and combustion pressure into the cooling system produces bubbles and possible overheating. Both technicians describe valid symptoms. A cooling system pressure test and a combustion gas block test help confirm the diagnosis. Question 3. A valve that fails to seat fully will most directly cause which condition? Is it A. High oil pressure? B. Low cylinder compression on that cylinder? C. Excessive oil consumption only? D. A stuck lifter? The correct answer is B. A valve that does not seat allows combustion pressure to escape, lowering compression in that cylinder and often causing a misfire. A cylinder leak-down test with air hissing from the intake or exhaust confirms an intake or exhaust valve leak. Burned valves and carbon deposits are common causes. Question 4. On an overhead cam engine, excessive valve lash, clearance, most commonly produces which symptom? Is it A. Low oil pressure? B. A clicking or tapping noise from the valve train? C. Blue exhaust smoke? D. Loss of coolant? The correct answer is B. Too much clearance in the valve train lets components hammer against one another, producing a rhythmic tapping that changes with engine speed. Insufficient lash, by contrast, can hold valves open and burn them. Proper adjustment restores quiet operation and correct valve timing. Question 5. Technician A says the PCV system routes crankcase blow-by vapors into the intake to be burned. Technician B says a stuck PCV valve can cause rough idle or oil leaks. Who is correct? Is it A. Technician B only? B. Both A and B? C. Technician A only? D. Either A nor B? The correct answer is B. The PCV system draws blow-by gases into the intake so they are burned rather than vented, and a stuck valve can cause rough idle, oil leaks, or high oil consumption. Both technicians are correct. This reduces sludge formation and emissions. Question 6. A mechanic measures cylinder taper by comparing bore diameter at the top of ring travel to the bottom. This measurement is taken with A. Is it A. Feeler gauge? B. Compression tester? C. Dial bore gauge or inside micrometer? D. Vacuum gauge? The correct answer is C. Cylinder taper and out of round are measured with a dial bore gauge or inside micrometer at several points in the bore. Wear is greatest at the top of ring travel where combustion heat and pressure are highest. Excessive taper requires boring and oversized pistons. Question 7. Technician A says low oil pressure only at idle on a high-mileage engine can be caused by worn bearing clearances. Technician B says a worn oil pump or diluted oil can also lower pressure. Who is correct? Is it A. Both A and B? B. Technician A only? C. Technician B only? D. Either A nor B? The correct answer is A. Worn bearing clearances let oil escape faster than the pump maintains pressure at low speed, and a worn pump or fuel-diluted oil reduces pressure as well. Both technicians are correct. Verify with a mechanical gauge before condemning parts. Question 8. Which cooling system component regulates coolant flow based on engine temperature? Is it A. Heater core? B. Radiator cap? C. Thermostat? D. Water pump? The correct answer is C. The thermostat stays closed until the engine reaches operating temperature, then opens to allow coolant to circulate through the radiator. A stuck closed thermostat causes overheating. A stuck open one causes slow warm-up and poor heater output. It is a common, inexpensive cause of temperature complaints. Question 9. A radiator pressure cap raises the system's boiling point primarily because, is it A. It adds antifreeze to the coolant? B. It lowers the coolant level? C. It speeds up the water pump? D. Increased pressure raises the coolant's boiling temperature? The correct answer is D. Sealing the system under pressure raises the boiling point of the coolant, allowing higher operating temperatures without boil-over. A weak or faulty cap lowers the effective boiling point and can cause coolant loss. Caps should be pressure tested when overheating is suspected. Question 10. Blue smoke from the exhaust under acceleration most often indicates, is it A. lean misfire? B. A rich fuel mixture? C. Coolant in the combustion chamber? D. Oil entering the combustion chamber? The correct answer is D. Blue smoke indicates oil is being burned, commonly from worn rings, cylinder walls, or valve guide seals. White smoke suggests coolant, and black smoke suggests excess fuel. A leak down or compression test helps localize the source. Question 11. Technician A says timing chain stretch can retard valve timing and set a camshaft/crankshaft correlation code. Technician B says a stretched timing chain has no effect on engine performance. Who is correct? Is it A. Both A and B? Technician B only? C. Neither A nor B? D. Technician A only? The correct answer is D. A stretched or worn timing chain changes the relationship between crankshaft and camshaft position, retarding valve timing and often setting a correlation DTC. This can cause rough running and reduced power. Technician B is incorrect because timing is directly affected. Question 12. Head bolts that use a torque-to-yield (TTY) design should be, is it A. Coated with anti-seize before reuse? B. Replaced with new bolts during reassembly? C. Reused indefinitely? D. Torqued to half the final value only? The correct answer is B. Torque-to-yield bolts are stretched into their plastic range for a uniform clamp load and should not be reused. Reusing them risks uneven clamping and gasket failure. Always follow the specified torque plus angle sequence with new bolts. Question 13. The main function of engine oil, besides lubrication, includes all of the following except, is it A. Generating spark for combustion? B. Cleaning and suspending contaminants? C. Sealing between rings and cylinder walls? D. Cooling internal components? The correct answer is A. Engine oil lubricates, cools, cleans, and helps seal the rings, but it plays no role in generating spark. Spark is produced by the ignition system. Detergent and dispersant additives keep contaminants suspended until the filter or an oil change removes them. Question 14. A rhythmic knocking noise that is loudest under load and disappears when one cylinder is disabled most likely indicates, is it A. Loose accessory belt? B. A worn connecting rod bearing on that cylinder? C. A sticking valve? D. An exhaust leak? The correct answer is B. A rod-bearing knock is load-sensitive and typically quiets when that cylinder's contribution is removed by disabling its injector or spark. Loose belts and exhaust leaks make different noises unrelated to individual cylinders. Excessive rod-bearing clearance is confirmed with plastigage during disassembly. Question 15. coolant is leaking internally and the engine oil appears milky. The most likely cause is it a worn timing belt? B. A failed head gasket or cracked block/head. C. A clogged air filter. D. A stuck thermostat? The correct answer is B. A milky, tan appearance in the oil indicates coolant contamination, commonly from a head gasket failure or a crack that connects a coolant passage to the oil. Continued operation damages bearings. Pressure and combustion gas testing help pinpoint the leak path. Question 16. Before final assembly, plastic gauge is used to measure, is it a piston ring end gap? B. Valve spring free length. C. Bearing oil clearance. D. Cylinder bore taper? The correct answer is C. Plastic gauge is a crushable plastic thread that indicates bearing oil clearance when compared to a scale after the cap is torqued. Ring end gap is measured with a feeler gauge in the bore, and bore taper with a bore gauge. Correct clearance is essential for oil film and bearing life. Question 17. In an automatic transmission, the torque converter's function is to, is it A. Engage the parking pawl? B. Couple the engine to the transmission and multiply torque. C. Generate line pressure directly. D. Cool the engine oil? The correct answer is B. The torque converter is a fluid coupling that transmits power from the engine to the transmission and multiplies torque during acceleration. Its lock-up clutch mechanically links the engine and transmission at cruise to improve fuel economy. The pump, not the converter, generates line pressure. Question 18. Technician A says burnt-smelling, dark automatic transmission fluid can indicate overheating and clutch damage. Technician B says fluid color and smell never matter. Who is correct? Is it A. Technician B only? B. Both A and B? C. Neither A nor B? D. Technician A only? The correct answer is D. Dark, burnt-smelling ATF indicates overheating and worn friction material from slipping clutches or bands. Healthy fluid is typically red and translucent. Technician B is wrong because fluid condition is an important diagnostic clue. Question 19. A manual transmission clutch that slips under load, especially in higher gears, most commonly indicates, is it A. Too much clutch pedal free play? B. A broken motor mount. C. A dry pilot bearing. D. A worn clutch disc or weak pressure plate? The correct answer is D. A worn friction disc or weak pressure plate cannot hold torque, so the clutch slips under load and engine RPM rises without matching acceleration. Slipping generates heat that accelerates wear. Insufficient free play, not too much, can also cause slipping. Question 20. Constant velocity, CV, joints are used on front-wheel drive axles primarily because they, is it A. Transmit power smoothly through varying steering angles? B. Are cheaper than U-joints? C. Require no lubrication? D. Eliminate the need for a differential? The correct answer is A. CV joints deliver constant rotational speed while the axle operates through the wide angles created by steering and suspension travel. A torn CV boot lets grease escape and dirt enter, leading to a clicking noise during turns. Boot inspection is a routine maintenance check. Question 21. A clicking noise from the front of a FWD vehicle that increases when turning sharply is most likely caused by, is it A. A worn outer CV joint? B. An unbalanced tire? C. A leaking transmission seal? D. A worn wheel bearing? The correct answer is A. A worn outer CV joint clicks under the load of a sharp turn, and the noise usually worsens with steering angle. A torn boot that allowed grease loss is a frequent cause. Wheel bearing noise, by contrast, is typically a steady drone that changes with vehicle speed. Question 22. The differential in a rear axle allows, is it A. The transmission to shift gears? B. The drive wheels to rotate at different speeds during turns? C. The driveshaft to change length. D. The engine to idle smoothly? The correct answer is B. The differential splits torque to the drive wheels while allowing them to turn at different speeds when cornering, since the outer wheel travels farther. A limited slip design adds resistance to reduce wheel spin. Whining or howling noises often indicate worn or improperly set up gears. Question 23. Technician A says a worn driveshaft U-joint can cause a clunk on acceleration. Technician B says it can cause a vibration that increases with vehicle speed. Who is correct? Is it A, neither A nor B, Technician A only? C, both A and B, D, Technician B only? The correct answer is C. A worn universal joint clunks when torque is applied and vibrates more as speed rises because the joint develops play. Both technicians describe valid symptoms. Rust-colored dust around the caps is an early sign of failure. Question 24. A vehicle has a final drive ratio of 3.73 to 1. This means the is it A driveshaft turns 3.73 times for each wheel revolution. B. Engine turns at 3.73% of wheel speed. C. Transmission has 3.73 forward gears. D. Wheels turn 3.73 times per driveshaft revolution? The correct answer is A. A 3.73:1 final drive means the driveshaft, ring and pinion input, turns 3.73 times for every one revolution of the axle/wheel. A numerically higher ratio improves acceleration but raises cruising RPM. Ratio is found by dividing ring gear teeth by pinion gear teeth. How many of these 24 did you get right so far? Subscribe to Prep Pass so you can come back and drill the rest before your exam. Question 25. Technician A says most dipstick-equipped automatics are checked with the engine running at operating temperature. Technician B says fluid level is unaffected by temperature. Who is correct? Is it A, Technician B only? B, neither A nor B, C, Technician A only? D, both A and B? The correct answer is C. Dipstick-equipped automatics are checked hot with the engine running and the selector cycled, and fluid expands with temperature so the reading depends on it. Technician B is wrong. Many modern units use a sealed fill within a specified fluid temperature window. Question 26. Technician A says a slipping band or clutch pack can cause delayed or harsh shifts. Technician B says low line pressure can cause slipping and overheating. Who is correct? Is it A, both A and B, Technician A only? C, Technician B only? D, either A nor B? The correct answer is A. Worn friction elements slip and cause delayed, harsh, or flaring shifts, while low line pressure reduces clamping force and leads to slippage and heat. Both conditions are valid causes of shift complaints. A pressure test and scan tool data help isolate the fault. Question 27. Excessive clutch pedal free play in a manual transmission can cause, is it A, loss of transmission fluid? B, the flywheel to warp? C, incomplete clutch release, making shifting difficult? D, the clutch to slip under load? The correct answer is C. Too much free play prevents the clutch from fully disengaging, causing grinding or hard shifting because the disc still contacts the flywheel. Too little free play causes slipping. Hydraulic systems self-adjust, while cable systems may require manual adjustment. Question 28. A gear ratio is calculated by dividing the number of teeth on the driven gear by the number on the drive gear. A drive gear with 12 teeth turning a driven gear with 36 teeth produces a ratio of, is it A, 2 to 1? B, 3:1? C, 4:1? D, 1:3? The correct answer is B. Dividing 36 driven teeth by 12 drive teeth gives a 3:1 reduction, meaning the drive gear turns 3 times for each output revolution. This multiplies torque while reducing speed. Understanding ratios is essential for diagnosing driveline gearing and speedometer calibration. Question 29. A whining noise from an automatic transmission that changes with engine speed but is present in park and neutral most likely points to, is it A, a slipping clutch pack? B, a worn output shaft bearing? C, a worn CV joint? D, a failing transmission fluid pump? The correct answer is D. Because the pump is driven by the converter hub whenever the engine runs, a pump-related whine is present in park and neutral and varies with engine RPM. Output-related noises appear only when the vehicle moves. Low fluid or aeration can produce similar sounds. Question 30. The pilot bearing or bushing in a manual transmission vehicle supports the, is it A, throw-out bearing? B, tip of the transmission input shaft? C, flywheel ring gear? D, clutch release fork? The correct answer is B. The pilot bearing supports the front tip of the input shaft in the end of the crankshaft, keeping it centered. A worn pilot bearing causes noise and hard shifting, especially with the clutch depressed. It should be inspected or replaced whenever the clutch is serviced. Question 31. Camber angle is defined as the, is it A, inward or outward tilt of the wheel from vertical, viewed from the front? B, difference in toe between left and right wheels? C, forward or rearward tilt of the steering axis? D, angle of the tie rod to the ground? The correct answer is A camber is the inward, negative, or outward, positive, tilt of the wheel from true vertical when viewed from the front. Incorrect camber causes uneven tire wear on one shoulder and can pull the vehicle to one side. It is adjusted where the suspension design allows. Question 32. Excessive positive caster generally results in, is it A, wander at highway speed? B, rapid center tread wear? C, loss of directional stability? D, increased steering effort but improved straightline stability? The correct answer is D. Positive caster tilts the steering axis rearward at the top, improving straight-line stability and steering return but increasing effort. Too little caster causes wander and poor return. Caster is measured during alignment and typically compared side to side. Question 33. Toe refers to the, is it A, height of the vehicle at the fender? B, vertical tilt of the wheel? C, rearward tilt of the steering axis? D, difference in distance between the front and rear of a pair of tires, viewed from above? The correct answer is D. Toe is the difference between the leading and trailing edges of the tires viewed from above. Toe-in means the fronts are closer together. Incorrect toe is the leading cause of rapid, feathered tire wear. It is the most critical alignment angle for tire life and is always adjustable. Question 34. A tire worn on both inner and outer edges, with good tread in the center, most likely indicates, is it A, overinflation? B, excessive positive camber? C, chronic underinflation? D, a worn tie rod end? The correct answer is C. Underinflation lets the tire ride on both shoulders while the center bears less load, wearing both edges. Overinflation does the opposite, wearing the center. Correct inflation and periodic pressure checks prevent this pattern. Question 35. Technician S says a worn tie rod end can cause a toe change and tire wear. Technician B says it can cause excessive play in the steering and a failed alignment. Who is correct? Is it A, both A and B, Technician B only? C, neither A nor B, D, Technician A only? The correct answer is A. A worn tie rod end introduces play that changes toe as the wheel moves, causing wandering and feathered tire wear, and it will prevent a stable alignment. Both technicians are correct. Worn steering and suspension parts must be replaced before performing an alignment. Question 36. Technician A says worn shocks or struts can cause the body to keep bouncing after a bump. Technician B says worn dampers have no effect on tire wear. Who is correct? Is it A, both A and B, technician A only? C, either A nor B, D, technician B only? The correct answer is B. Worn shocks lose their ability to dampen spring oscillation, so the body keeps bouncing after a bump, and weak dampers also cause tire cupping. Technician B is wrong because damper wear does affect tire wear. A bounce test and leak inspection confirm the condition. Question 37. Cupping or scalloping tire wear is most commonly associated with, is it A, worn suspension dampers or unbalanced wheels? B, excessive toe-in? C, a slipping clutch? D, over-torqued lug nuts? The correct answer is A, cupping. A series of dips around the tread results from the tire bouncing due to worn shocks/struts or from imbalance. It usually comes with a noise that changes with speed. Correcting the damper or balance issue and rotating tires helps. Question 38. The purpose of a stabilizer, sway, bar is to, is it A, support the full weight of the vehicle? B, adjust ride height? C, absorb road shock like a shock absorber? D, reduce body roll during cornering? The correct answer is D. The stabilizer bar links the left and right suspension to resist body lean when cornering, improving handling. Worn sway bar links or bushings produce a rattle or clunk over bumps. It does not carry ride height or primary spring load. Question 39. Technician A says a side-to-side camber difference can cause a vehicle to pull toward the more positive side. Technician B says a defective tire can also cause a pull. Who is correct? Is it A, neither A nor B, technician B only? C, both A and B, D, technician A only? The correct answer is C. A cross-camber difference pulls the vehicle toward the more positive side, and a defective, conicity, tire can pull as well. Both technicians are correct. Compare cross-camber and cross-caster and swap tires side to side to isolate a tire pull. Question 40. In a power rack and pinion steering system, increased steering effort in only one direction most likely indicates, is it A, bent stabilizer bar? B, an internal leak or valve fault in the steering gear? C, a low battery? D, a worn wheel bearing? The correct answer is B. Effort that is heavy in one direction points to an internal fault such as worn seals or a control valve problem that fails to direct assist correctly. Uniformly hard steering suggests low fluid or a pump/belt issue. Electric power steering faults set codes and can be scanned. That's the set. If these helped, subscribe to Prep Pass, then run the full practice test for free at preppass.org before your exam day.